Today on Reese Dixon, we are making this outdoor sectional. Hi everybody, it's Teresa with ReeseDixon.com, and I've got a big project for you today. Huge! This is the outdoor sectional that I promised you. It has taken me forever to get this out of my head, but I am really happy with how it's shaping up. And the thing that I'm the happiest about is I tried to buy an outdoor sectional for this space, and it was tens of thousands of dollars. And I'm going to be building this for, I think, probably under $500 by the time I'm all done. So the first thing you need to do is get your cushions. These are the ones that I bought. I bought 20 of them. And because cushions are not universally sized, all of your measurements will have to go off of these unless you want to make your own cushions, which I would not recommend. It'll be way easier and more cost effective to just buy them. So I bought these, and they're 21 inches square. So all of my measurements go off of this. Everything so that they will fit across and lengthwise. Everything goes off of that 21 inches and multiples of it. So I'm going to give you my measurements, but just know that you're going to have to do a little bit of your own math depending on the cushions that you find for this project. So let me get you a little bit closer. I've got the frame built here. And what this is going to be is, here's the couch that'll be, a sectional, and it'll come around the corner as a sectional. And this little section here is like a little chaise lounge. So let me get you closer and I'll show you the measurements that I will be using for this frame section. This will be the basic piece that makes up both your legs and the back for your sectional. This measures 38 inches high, and this is 14 inches high, and these pieces are 19.5 inches high. So what happens is this plus the width of this piece has to measure 21 inches so that it will fit underneath those cushions and support them without going too far beyond. And so when we get our frame up, it'll rest on here, and we'll screw the frame directly into these legs. So you need to build 6 of these little Ds, and then for the corner piece, you'll have to screw on one more 38-inch tall piece. And so what happens is when it sits like this, we'll have slats that come across that get screwed into this side, and then slats that come across that get screwed into this side. So this will be that corner brace. The only other thing you need for the legs is something to hold up the very end of our chase piece. And so that's just this. 14 inches, 19.5, built into a box. And this will be the leg for the end of our chase. But again, these are my measurements, all based on that magic 21 inches. So before you go cutting anything, make sure you're measuring and taking into account this width. I'm using 2x3s instead of 2x4s. I liked just that little extra thinness that just made it look not quite so industrial. And plus, this is gonna be a really heavy piece when we're all done. So doing the 2x3s instead of the 2x4s just eliminates some of that extra weight and cost as well. It was cheaper to go 2x3s. So for our purposes, they just worked way better. But again, you can use whatever you want. You just have to be consistent with your measurements. So I'm going to get this frame up on the legs and start screwing it in place. I've got my whole frame built now. It's really coming along. And once I got it up on the legs, I realized I needed to make a couple additions to make it extra stable. Since I am a tall person, my husband's a tall person, I want this to be able to really stand up to a lot of wear and tear. So here's the additions that I made. I built a couple more boxes just like I did on the front of the chase, and I put them directly underneath where the joints are on this sectional. So one's right here and one's right there, and it's where the two sides meet the back, so that those joints where it would be the weakest and have a lot of the weight bearing have that extra support. They've got additional legs underneath there. Then I added two more braces. There's one here and there's one in the middle of that long side, just to give the box shape extra support. Like I said, I just wanted this to be so strong that, you know, kids who are coming over to play can jump on it and I don't have to panic. So this is the entire frame all set up and ready to go. Now I'm ready to start adding the slats. So I cut a whole bunch of these. These measure 21 inches. And these are just little 1x3 furring strips. And so what I'm gonna do is screw those in, and I'll lay them about an inch, 2 inches apart, however it works to make it across. And then just a screw there and a screw there, all the way across and down both sides. And by doing it this way, it'll make it super strong because there's not a lot of length that has to carry that weight. And since it's so short, it will not go anywhere. So I'm gonna do that all the way around to make the seat. Now to make the back, I'm going to do something similar, except I'll be using longer slats. I'll be taking this same kind of wood, but running it all the way down to here. Now I got these in 8-foot strips, which is shorter than my sectional. So I had to cut them to 87 inches to get right here so that I can screw it into the back of this post and that post, and then 37 inches to finish off the back, and then 84 inches to do the other side. Those were my measurements. Remember, you're gonna have to measure everything yourself based on the cushions that you are using. So don't get too comfortable with the numbers I'm tossing out here. So, okay, I've got everything to cut now. I just have to assemble this whole thing, and that will be it for the building. Then it's just a matter of sanding, priming, painting to make this look beautiful. So I won't lie to you, this was an enormous project. It took me a really long time to get it done. But now that it is, I am absolutely over the moon about it. I could not have bought something to fit this space, something this big, something that I could afford, and I was able to do all this by myself. So it's such a tremendously empowering feeling to make something like this and to be able to tell everybody who comes over, oh yeah, I made that, and have it be so affordable and so great looking. I'm just so proud of myself. So I hope that you'll give it a try and you can be proud of yourself too. I realized once I was done with this, I had to have a coffee table to go with it. I had to have someplace to put my nice glass of lemonade. So watch for this tutorial coming up next so that you can have a whole matching outdoor furniture set made with your own two hands and a little bit of ingenuity. I hope that this will inspire you to give something big a try, and you can do it all by yourself. Please subscribe to the channel for lots more great ideas. You don't want to miss this table tutorial. And help me out by sharing these tutorials far and wide. I'd really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.